We live in an age of material abundance and unprecedented technological advances, but paradoxically, never before have so many people reported feeling a deep emptiness in their lives. This phenomenon, often described as existential emptiness, manifests itself as a persistent feeling of a lack of meaning and direction. Despite external achievements, many find themselves trapped in an endless search for something they can't even define. The social pressure for productivity, success, and immediate happiness creates an illusion of fullness, while internally, a feeling of disconnection and dissatisfaction grows. Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of analytical psychology, addressed this issue in a profound and innovative way. For Jung, existential emptiness is not just a passing crisis, but a symptom of a wider disconnection between the individual and their true essence. He believed that the origin of this emptiness lies in the fragmentation of the psyche and the lack of alignment between the conscious and the unconscious. In other words, when we move away from who we really are, we inevitably feel that something is missing. In contemporary society, the pressure to meet external expectations can take people away from their true identity. The excessive focus on external goals, such as career, status, and material possessions, often results in the denial of deeper inner needs. Thus, even when achieving the goals set by the outside world, the individual can feel lost and without direction. Jung argued that this imbalance between the internal and external worlds can be the root of existential emptiness. The symptoms of this emptiness can manifest themselves in various ways. Feelings of apathy, lack of motivation, constant anxiety, and an incessant desire for distraction are some of the most common manifestations. People often try to fill this emptiness with superficial activities, such as excessive consumption of products, social networks, or the search for instant pleasures. However, these palliatives don't provide a lasting solution. They only increase the feeling of dissatisfaction in the long term. Analytical psychology offers a profound approach to understanding and overcoming this sense of meaninglessness. According to Jung, the way to fill this void is through the process of individuation, a fundamental concept that involves integrating the different parts of the psyche and discovering the true essence of being. Individuation is a process of self-knowledge and self-acceptance, in which the individual learns to recognize and harmonize the different aspects of their personality, from the most conscious to the most hidden and repressed. This process is essential for overcoming the feeling of emptiness, as it allows the individual to find authentic meaning, which is not based on external expectations, but on their own unique nature. By recognizing their deepest needs, desires, and aspirations, they can build a more authentic and meaningful life. In this video, we will explore in detail Carl Jung's ideas about existential emptiness and how we can overcome it through individuation. We will analyze the main concepts of his theory, address the symptoms of emptiness, discuss practical examples, and offer insights for those who wish to walk this path of self-discovery. The aim is to provide a clear and accessible understanding of Jung's ideas, helping each viewer to find practical ways of applying this knowledge in their daily lives. For those who feel they are living a meaningless life, this content will be an opportunity for reflection and transformation. After all, as Jung said, those who look outward dream, those who look inward awaken. It is on this journey of looking inwards that we find the answers we so desperately seek. And to take the next step, we need to understand the concept of individuation and its crucial role in our search for meaning. For Carl Jung, the concept of individuation represents the process by which an individual achieves psychological wholeness, becoming an authentic and integrated version of themselves. This path of self-discovery is fundamental to overcoming existential emptiness, as it allows the person to understand and harmonize the different aspects of their psyche. Jung saw individuation as an intrinsic need of human nature, a search for self-knowledge that takes place throughout life. The psyche, according to Jung, is made up of several interconnected layers, including the conscious, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. The conscious represents what we are aware of in our daily lives, while the personal unconscious contains repressed memories and unresolved aspects of our personal experience. The collective unconscious, one of Jung's most innovative contributions to psychology, encompasses universal archetypes, behavioral and symbolic patterns common to all of humanity. During the individuation process, the individual needs to explore and integrate different components of their personality. These components include the ego, the conscious part that organizes our experiences and forms our identity. The ego plays a crucial role in individuation as it initiates the process of self-discovery. The persona, the mask we wear to present ourselves to the outside world. The persona is often shaped by social expectations and can become an obstacle to individuation if it is not balanced with inner authenticity. The shadow, the repressed aspects of the personality, often made up of unaccepted desires, fears, and emotions. Jung emphasized the need to confront the shadow in order to achieve integration and authenticity. The anima and animus, representations of the inner feminine and masculine, respectively. Jung believed that everyone possesses these dualities and that their integration is essential for psychic balance. The self, the totality of being, the center of the personality that arises from the integration of all aspects of the psyche. The self is the ultimate goal of individuation and represents the realization of wholeness. Individuation is a gradual and often challenging process. It requires a willingness to explore the deeper layers of consciousness and confront uncomfortable truths about oneself. However, this process is essential for the individual to find an authentic sense of meaning and direction. Another important aspect of individuation is the integration of archetypes, universal patterns of behavior that influence the way we perceive and interact with the world. Archetypes such as the hero, the sage, and the caregiver emerge at different moments in life and shape our journey of personal growth. In practice, the path to individuation can involve various strategies, such as dream analysis, exploring personal mythologies, meditation, and practicing self-awareness. Jung suggested that dreams are a valuable bridge between the conscious and the unconscious, offering important insights into the inner challenges and blocks that need to be worked through. By embarking on the journey of individuation, the individual learns to differentiate between the desires imposed by society and the genuine longings of their soul. This discernment is fundamental to creating a life in line with their authentic essence, promoting greater well-being and satisfaction. Individuation also connects with spirituality, as it involves the search for a deeper, transcendent meaning. By recognizing their connection to the whole, the individual feels part of something bigger, which helps to dissipate existential emptiness and bring greater serenity and clarity. Overcoming existential emptiness therefore involves understanding and accepting oneself, recognizing internal contradictions, and integrating the various aspects of the psyche. Individuation is not only a psychological journey but also a spiritual one, in which each step brings us closer to our true essence. Understanding and applying the concept of individuation is an essential step for anyone seeking to overcome emptiness and find authentic meaning in life. So let's explore the most common symptoms of existential emptiness and how to recognize them in everyday life. Existential emptiness manifests itself in different ways, impacting the individual both in their internal and external life. Often, it presents itself in a subtle way, disguised under an apparently normal routine, but which hides a deep disconnection with the true self. This feeling of emptiness can be mistaken for passing sadness or temporary demotivation, but its roots are much deeper and require a careful approach in order to be understood and overcome. The most common symptoms of existential emptiness include persistent feeling of dissatisfaction. Even if important goals and achievements are achieved, there is a constant feeling that something is missing. The individual may realize that momentary pleasures are not enough to fill an internal space of emotional lack, apathy, and lack of enthusiasm. Activities that once brought joy and motivation become monotonous and uninteresting. The person feels a lack of energy to face challenges and try out new opportunities. Emotional disconnection, difficulty in connecting with one's own feelings and those of others, resulting in superficial and insignificant relationships. Incessant search for distractions, the attempt to fill the internal void with superficial entertainment, social media, compulsive shopping, or even addictions, in the hope of momentarily relieving emotional discomfort. Identity crises, frequent questions about who you are, what you want out of life, and whether you're on the right track. These questions can generate a feeling of stagnation and disorientation, excessive sensitivity to external opinion. The constant need for social validation intensifies, leading to an emotional dependency that undermines autonomy and authenticity. These symptoms can have a significant impact on daily life, making decision-making difficult, undermining personal confidence, and compromising the quality of relationships. In addition, existential emptiness often manifests itself through physical symptoms such as chronic fatigue, insomnia, and muscle tension, since the emotional state directly influences the body. In order to recognize and deal with these symptoms, it is essential that the individual allows themselves a moment of introspection, observing recurring patterns of thought and behavior. Practices such as reflective writing, meditation, and contact with nature are effective ways of observing and identifying the triggers that feed the feeling of emptiness. Another important aspect to consider is the role of social and cultural expectations in the construction of this emptiness. Often, the individual feels pressured to meet standards that don't reflect their authentic values, resulting in a life that seems to be more of an obligation than a genuine choice. In this context, it is necessary to question limiting beliefs and seek to align life with what really resonates internally. Understanding that existential emptiness is an opportunity for growth is fundamental. Jung emphasized that this feeling should not be ignored or avoided, but faced with courage and openness to discover new possibilities of meaning. Jung suggested ways to overcome existential emptiness and find authentic meaning in life through the process of self-discovery and the integration of the inner aspects of the psyche. Overcoming existential emptiness is a challenge that requires a deep commitment to self-knowledge and personal development. Carl Jung proposes that the solution to this feeling of meaninglessness lies in the search for individuation and the integration of the conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche. This process involves a series of steps which, if followed with dedication, can help the individual find authentic meaning in life. One of the first steps to overcoming existential emptiness is to develop an honest relationship with oneself. This means questioning deep-rooted beliefs, facing internal fears, and recognizing patterns of behavior that hinder personal growth. Jung emphasized the importance of self-observation, suggesting that a deep and honest internal dialogue is essential to identify the true needs and desires of the soul. Another essential path is the exploration of creativity. According to Jung, creativity is one of the most authentic expressions of the unconscious, allowing the individual to give form and meaning to their inner experiences. Activities such as painting, writing, music, and dance can act as tools for exploring the unconscious, helping to reveal hidden aspects of the personality and promoting the integration of the psyche. The practice of introspection through meditation and contemplation is also fundamental. Jung believed that silencing the mind and getting in touch with the inner world allows the individual to better understand their personal journey and the challenges they face. Meditation helps create space for reflection and facilitates access to valuable insights that can guide the search for meaning. Another crucial aspect of overcoming existential emptiness is recognizing and integrating the shadow. Jung argued that the shadow contains repressed and denied aspects of the personality, and that facing it is essential for growth and self-understanding. By accepting and integrating these parts, the individual becomes more complete and authentic. Interpersonal relationships also play a vital role in overcoming existential emptiness. Connecting with other people in a meaningful and authentic way creates a sense of belonging and helps to give meaning to life. Relationships based on empathy and mutual understanding allow the individual to share their journey of individuation with others, fostering a sense of deep connection. Exploring personal archetypes is also a powerful tool. Archetypes, such as the hero, the sage, and the caregiver, represent universal patterns of human experience, and can serve as guides for discovering one's own meaning. Identifying which archetypes are active in one's personal life can bring greater clarity about one's motivations and internal challenges. Another important element is cultivating an authentic spirituality. For Jung, the search for meaning is inherently spiritual, and each individual needs to find a personal connection with something greater than themselves. This doesn't necessarily mean following a specific religion, but rather developing a deep understanding of existence and the individual's role in the universe. Jung also advocated the use of dream analysis as a tool to explore the unconscious and gain valuable insights. Dreams reveal hidden aspects of the psyche and can offer guidance to those seeking to overcome existential emptiness. Keeping a dream diary and analyzing recurring patterns can help uncover important messages from the unconscious. Overcoming existential emptiness is a gradual and continuous process that requires dedication and patience. Small daily changes, such as adopting a routine more in line with inner values, seeking activities that bring pleasure and meaning, and establishing authentic relationships, can contribute significantly to a fuller and more satisfying life. By following these paths proposed by Jung, individuals can transform their relationship with life, abandoning the feeling of emptiness and finding deep and lasting meaning. And last but not least, we will discuss how to consolidate these discoveries and integrate learning in a sustainable way into everyday life. Overcoming existential emptiness is a journey that requires dedication, self-knowledge, and the courage to face one's inner truths. As we have seen, Carl Jung proposes that this emptiness is not an insurmountable obstacle, but rather an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Individuation, a central concept in his work, represents an essential path for integrating the conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche, allowing the individual to find authentic meaning in their existence. Throughout this journey, it is essential that each person learns to look inside themselves honestly and without judgment, recognizing their deepest desires and shadows. Existential emptiness often arises from a disconnection with one's true essence and the adoption of values that do not reflect one's authentic identity. Understanding these inner dynamics enables a reunion with oneself and the creation of a more meaningful life. The practice of introspection, dream exploration, and creativity, as recommended by Jung, are powerful tools for navigating this process. Allowing yourself moments of silence, away from the distractions of the modern world, helps you access the deeper layers of consciousness and find authentic answers to existential dilemmas. Dream analysis, for example, is a window into the unconscious and can reveal valuable insights into the inner challenges that need to be faced. Interpersonal relationships also play a crucial role in this process. Establishing authentic connections with other people, based on empathy and understanding, creates a sense of belonging and meaning. When we share our journey with others, we find support, valuable perspectives, and the certainty that we are not alone in our search for meaning. It's important to note that the path to overcoming existential emptiness is not linear. There will be moments of uncertainty, setbacks, and challenges, but each stage provides valuable lessons that contribute to personal growth. Accepting imperfections and difficulties is part of the process of building a more authentic and satisfying life. In practical terms, making small daily changes can be an effective way of starting this transformation. Cultivating habits that promote self-knowledge, such as reflective writing, practicing gratitude, and developing a routine aligned with personal values, helps to build a solid foundation for a more meaningful life. At the end of this journey, we realize that existential emptiness doesn't have to be seen as a condemnation, but rather as an invitation to reflect and search for a fuller life. Integrating all aspects of the psyche and accepting one's own uniqueness are essential steps towards personal fulfillment. As a final reflection, the idea remains that each individual is the protagonist of their own journey, and that the search for meaning is a unique and valuable path. As Jung said, the encounter with oneself is the most important aspect of human life. Now that we've explored the paths suggested by Jung to overcome existential emptiness, it's time to reflect on what steps can be implemented in everyday life to transform one's own reality. The first step can be simple. Start a sincere and courageous internal conversation, making room for self-knowledge and personal transformation. Did you like the content? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content on psychology and self-development.